In early September of 2021, I took a musical road trip pilgrimage and traveled down the Rockabilly Highway. It's a stretch of US Highway 45 in Tennessee that starts from the Mississippi border all the way to Jackson, Tennessee. Musicians like Carl Perkins, Elvis Presley, Eddie Bond, and Johnny Burnett used to travel the stretch of highway frequently to perform at the local clubs around this very road. This is going to be one exciting adventure, and there's a lot of exciting things ahead, my friends. So join me on this road trip along the Rockabilly Highway as I pay tribute to the area's musical heritage and journey to where the beginnings of rockabilly music were first heard and performed. Now, as soon as you leave Mississippi and you pass the Welcome to Tennessee sign on Highway 45, you'll then immediately see a sign that lets you know you're on the Rockabilly Highway. And from what I could find on the internet, this section of highway became the Rockabilly Highway in 2008 in honor of the region's musical heritage. Rockabilly Highway, woo! Now for my first stop, I'm going to hit up the Rockabilly murals that are located in a small town called Selmer. Now some of you that don't know me may ask yourself, why is this highway of such interest to him? Well, to put it simply, rockabilly music has been an integral part of my life. For over 26 years, I've dedicated my life to performing, recording, and teaching this style of music. Rockabilly is a very dear friend of me, if you couldn't tell. And here we are in the very quaint small town of Selmer, Tennessee. The population is just above 4,000 people. And from the first glances here, it seems to be a very charming American small town. Now these murals were done by artist Brian Tull, and this mural was completed in 2009. Now back in the 1950s, Carl Perkins was known to frequent Selmer and attend some of their local weekend jams that they had here. Now the very next town just north of Selmer, just above me, is a town called Bethel Springs. And that's where Carl Perkins first met Elvis Presley in 1954. And just 15 minutes away from here is a town called Adamsville, and that's where legendary rock and roll DJ Dewey Phillips hailed from. And he was one of the first DJs to introduce Elvis, Carl Perkins, and Johnny Cash to the world. Now the second mural by Brian was done in 2012. And I gotta say, he certainly did a fine job on both of these murals. This is really faded, but you can still see blue suede shoes, Carl Perkins, Sun Records. Very cool. Got a rockabilly band here. Well, here in Selmer, fall is starting to creep in. See the leaves changing. It's late September. And one of the cool things about Selmer is that it hosts the annual Rockabilly Highway Revival. It's an event featuring live music and classic cars, and it's been going on strong here for well over a decade. And now I'm back on the Rockabilly Highway, and I'm heading to Jackson, Tennessee. Alright, I've made it to Jackson, Tennessee, the home of Carl Perkins. Now right here, this once was the Rockabilly Hall of Fame. I have wanted to come to the Rockabilly Hall of Fame for years, and man, I'm too late. It was something that I wanted to do, wanted to visit, I wanted to feature it on the channel. Sadly, the museum shut down in 2019 when the owner and curator Henry Harrison passed away. Not sure how much longer this mural is going to be here, but it's still here now. Got Carl Perkins right there. Now the museum opened in 2001 and it would have visitors from all over the world. It was truly a one-of-a-kind experience for rockabilly fans. Now the city plans on making this building a fireman's museum. This building was originally a fire station. They are going to restore the building to, I believe, to what it used to look like when it was the fire station. The building is getting restored, get a whole makeover, and they're definitely doing something here. And I believe there used to be a stage right here when the Rockabilly Hall of Fame would have maybe some music going on, a little festival. The stage was right here, which is no longer there. I really regret not coming here sooner, but I'm very glad that I was able to document what remains here at the museum. Now, a lot of the memorabilia from the museum has been moved a few blocks down the road to the Carnegie Center for Arts and History, which is kind of a good thing because they're taking some great care of these items. Now I'm walking over here to something that I really want to show you. You're gonna think it's so freaking cool. You don't see many things like this any longer still standing. And this is a gem. Check this out. Look at this. Oh, wow. Incredible. Let's take a look. Now, I heard that it was going to be made into a steakhouse. Yeah, actually, there's a now hiring sign in front of it, so let's see what it says. Doze. Okay, Doze. Very interesting. Wow, it's like a step back into time, right? This is like so cool. Greyhound bus station. This thing's a total gem. Unbelievable. This is so cool. Well, friends, I'm going to end things here in Jackson, Tennessee. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope you enjoyed our little trip. It was great to see the roads, the sights, the towns of where it all started. Rockabilly was a cultural explosion that happened here, and all that great music started in these small towns. And it was so much fun to visit here, and I hope you enjoyed it. And with that, I'm gonna say goodbye to you. Much love to everybody out there. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon in another video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.